guys, we are going to keep this nice and, I guess, simple as of now. I don't know how many people are going to hop in live stream, but we're going to get back into live streaming on YouTube more often. I think it's going to be really fun. I want to interact with you guys more on the channel. As the winter season goes on, we're going to try out a vertical live stream today on the iPhone. See how it goes. I kind of like the vibe. It's a lot easier than my computer. And my computer webcam absolutely, it's awful. So whether you guys are watching this at a later date or whatnot, that's totally up to you. I'm going to keep it up live on the channel. I'm not sure, how exciting it'll be, depending on how many people pop in, but, should be good, should be fun, and, we'll see how it goes. Good to see everybody else in here. We already got like 4 people in, so super awesome. Preston, what's up, buddy? When the is it gonna snow, man? Dude, you're telling me, dude. East Coast, I'm sitting here, I'm waiting, and there's no snow, bro. There's no snow, but I am going to Switzerland next week, leaving 2 days from now, so not next week, 2 days. So I'm actually going skiing, but I'm jealous. Yo, what's up, Pro Pop Darts? What's up, Ryan? Hey, Redwood Gaming, what's up? Good to see you guys. First like, hey, Idaho's my local mountain. 40 inches already, dude. That's awesome. Lucky you, man. I'm jealous. What's up? Is good to see you. Nice. Where I personally am in. I'm in Quebec. I'm living in Montreal, so it's getting colder, but we don't have any snow yet. What's up, Duck? Good to see you guys. So for this live stream, I'm going to be answering any ski questions you guys have, just in general, whether it's like park skiing, gear, winter stuff, tricks, whatever, or you just want to hang out, all good. Any donations or super chats or whatever, super appreciated. I'm going to get back to those questions right away. But all in all, we're getting back into the vibe of live streaming and hanging out with you guys, so want to see what's up. What's good, Rhythm Rider? Good to see you, man. You have cousins in Canada. Dude, Canada's a good place to be. It's kind of nice. What's your local mountain? Is it Whistler? No. So I actually live on the East Coast. I'm from Ontario. So local mountain is like Mount St. Louis Moonstone, and it was like literally like, I would say like 800 feet, 900 feet tall. It's very, very short. Very short. It takes like 45 seconds to go straight down the hill. That's the whole mountain. So East Coast kind of vibe. Grew up skiing smaller resorts. I do go skiing a lot now around the world and in Whistler and stuff. So I get that, but no, definitely not like a big mountain skier growing up. Yo, what's up, Biz? Been able to hit a few rails a few times, but I don't have how do I gain the confidence to keep hitting it? Well, if you've already hit it once, I mean, you're already off to a great start. I think it's each day kind of bringing yourself back into that, same rhythm, same vibe, same like headspace that got you to hit it in the first place. And with any new trick, if you hit it once, I think you should do it at least twice, just so you know you got it. You do your first backflip, go back up, do another one, do 2 or 3, make sure you really focus in. And the next time you go to do it, you're still going to be scared to do it again. However, you're going to have that extra like peace of mind that, hey, I did this 2 or 3 times. It's going to give you a little bit more confidence. So when you do get back to hitting that rail again, obviously visualize it going well and everything like that. But then think about, then once you do it, think about doing it a couple more times because it's going to help you a lot. Favorite ski resort? Honestly, man, I really like my home mountain just because it's kind of nostalgic and the park is really fun and good. There's some really good mountains. I really like Copper Mountain Park, or Copper Mountain Resort. Like the park there is really, really good. The Woodward Park. Whistler's also really, really fun as well. Definitely one of those two. I'm trying to get into park skiing. What tips do you have to start? I think the biggest tips for getting into park skiing when you first start out is mainly just, focusing on enjoying it, focusing on the basics, and not being afraid to push yourself, not being afraid to try something new. So, when you're out there, push your boundaries. Don't have to be crazy Sandy about it, but each day go there, especially when you're new. You can pretty much go to the hill and learn a new trick almost every day. Like whether it's you slide your first box, you slide your first box sideways, you slide your first box to switch. That's learning something new, and bring that kind of attitude and mindset to it, and enjoy it. If you go with friends, it's gonna be a lot more fun. Still fun though, yeah. How do you spin so fast, especially on rails? Dude, it comes with time. A lot of people are trying to do front 4s out of rails when they can't even do a natural 360. It's hard, man. You have to learn how to do the actual 360s, 540s, switch 5. I think if you have always switch 540s, always 720s, a lot of the spinning on rails comes pretty easily, especially if you can grind a rail well. But until then, you know, you got to work on the actual spinning in general, because it's the exact same out of a rail as it is on a jump. You're just setting your edges a little bit harder to get that momentum. Travis Luttrell, been binging your own stuff, absolute demon mode, living in P Sound. Hey, no way you lived in Perry Sound, crazy. Yeah, small town, man. It's an interesting spot. I love Perry Sound. Yeah, a lot of little content. I mean, it's hard for me to make really, really crazy like trick ski content stuff, especially on YouTube, because it's like myself. I've known to film. And, you know, most of the time, like, I am filming a YouTube video, I'm not sending. It's pretty hard to, like, do a full-on, like, training camp where I'm doing the biggest tricks possible, and then also, you know, filming a vlog at the same time, because your kind of headspace is in two different places. But definitely down to just, like, strap the POV cam on this year, go ride for an entire day, and just do some crazy shit for you guys, and put it up on the YouTube channel. I think it's going to be fun. Going to Breck in 3 weeks. That's sick, man. Jealous, I asked. W username. Drowned. Do you have an opinion on the Atomic Bent 90s? I think they're pretty good ski. I haven't rode them too much. I rode them maybe like a tiny bit. Excuse me. I really used to like the Punks. The Atomic Punks were badass. Really sick ski. I'm kind of bummed they stopped doing them. I've heard the Bent 90s are really sick. I heard that they do break a little bit easier, but you know, not that bad, and they're not a symmetrical ski. So if you're really into park skiing, a lot of really good guys use them still, but they're not a fully symmetrical ski. Tips on landing, skiing, and landing switch. A lot of the stuff for skiing and landing switch is just doing more of it. Everybody's like, do you have tips? Yes, of course. Like, you want to stagger your stance. You want to look over your shoulder and do all that good stuff. Kind of general knowledge. You guys kind of probably already know that already. A lot of it comes down to actually just spending the time training. Like, nobody actually trains skiing switch except for when you do the trick. I used to go out, I had a coach that made me do this, which was really helpful, but I used to go out first 2 runs of the day, no matter what. We had to do them completely switch. We'd go pick one of the easier runs in the hill, and we'd ski first 2 laps of the day completely switch. And then I kind of took that into my park skiing career later on, where I do entire days of just skiing the park switch, working on switch tricks. Definitely helps. 31 people. Hey, that's super sick. We got a lot of questions here, so I will try to get to everybody. Any of the super chats or questions I will get back to right away. But I'm going to try to go through them. I find myself very uncoordinated when I go for big pops. Any tips on that? So pops on takeoff and stuff is like timing, basically. Like, your timing on the takeoff. If you're jumping here on the takeoff, you know, your pop's going to be pretty awful. If you're popping off the takeoff, like as you already passed the lip, your just tailors are on it, you know, you're not going to have any pop. If your legs are fully locked out straight, you know, you try to jump like that. You can't really jump like that. If you're fully bent, you're going to push off as hard as you can, but you're not going to have a whole lot of snap to it or anything like that. So generally when I'm popping, I want to have a nice like little bend like that. And the timing comes with more jumps you do. But as like I'm getting to like to almost like the binding, like the toe part of my ski boot off the very end of the takeoff, I want to go from here to here. It's not like a big jump. It's like a pop, like a slight pop. And that timing does come with time and stuff like that, but the more you work on it, the better. And if your legs aren't locked out fully straight, or you're not trying to bend too much, it'll definitely help. Favorite game of Slush? Dude, so I would love to play a game of Slush. Just let me, dude, get me in there. You gotta ask the boys to get me in there. I would definitely send my hardest. Favorite game of Slush? There's some crazy games of Slush way back in the day, like 5 years ago, like Ross Henshaw, Gus Kenworthy, those kind of games of Slush, Evan McEachran. Those games super good. I would recommend checking them out. There was one really good game, Slush Grand Valera, a while ago with Quinn Wolferman and Henrik Harlow. I really liked as well. So I would recommend that. Noah Raymond, how do I amp myself up to do a backflip this year? I really want to throw one. Great question. So to do a backflip, to amp yourself up, I mean, a lot of it is just getting over the confidence. Most of us can get over our head. I mean, I'm assuming you can do them on trampoline. I'm assuming you can do them, you know, maybe off a dock into water or off like something, or do them standing. Definitely be able to do them before you take them to skis. It's going to be really hard to learn your first backflip if you've never done it at all before. So that's the main thing. And then confidence-wise, you know, make sure you're good at 360s, 540s before you go for backflips. Of course, those are big things. Like 360 with a good safety grab, 540 with a good grab. Probably mandatory before you go for a backflip, just saying. And then it comes down to finding like a good day for it, not like an icy hard pack day, like nice, like maybe you build your own backcountry jump or whatever. And then take a deep breath, visualize it going well, say to yourself like, what if everything goes right? Or say, I'm gonna stomp this, get in that mind space, and then drop in and don't overthink about it. Don't think about if I'm going too fast, too slow, just drop in and go through the motions, you'll have it. Yo, any tips for turning while skiing switch? For some reason, I really struggle with this. Dude, same thing for skiing switch I answered earlier. A lot of it is just doing more skiing switch, spending more time. Like, first 2 laps of the day, all you guys should be doing just skiing switch. And when you're skiing switch, if you're trying to turn and your legs are completely straight and you're looking over your shoulder like this, it can be pretty hard. Stagger your stance so you can open your shoulders. You can look at, the run as you're skiing switch. You're going to be able to carve this way super easily. And then when you want to carve the other way, switch your shoulders, switch your stance, stagger it the opposite way, look over the shoulder, carve back the other way. Pretty general mechanics of switch skiing. Any tips for getting a 270 out of a rail? Yeah, I would recommend going for learning a back two first, probably easier. Or, front twos are pretty easy, but back twos are really easy as well. Go to like a rail that's kind of like cannon or something you can hit fast and kind of, do it more or less like a 360 where you just set on the rail really hard and you just keep your head and your upper body and your lower body spinning and rotating that direction. It's gonna come around. Wizard, yes, you get the feeling where you should be putting your weight without slipping and getting sketched out. Can I explain after bang? Yeah, basically just the impact you have when you're landing, how hard. James, you need to lock in. All right, man. Well, come lock in this winter. Join Slope Academy. If any of you guys need ski coaching help like that, literally every single day of the week, I'm in the coaching Discord, Slope Academy, it's the online coaching community I run, and I'm, providing live video feedback and breaking down all the tricks everybody sends in that they're working on, making sure everybody's dialed in. We have a couple other coaches that are on it too. So if you guys actually want like ski help through the entire winter, slopeacademy.com is the place to go. It's like literally coaching $1 a day pretty much is the cost. It's crazy, I know. You get as many questions as you want, as many video reviews. We have live coaching streams once a week as well. But, we're there to help you. That's the spot. When are you going to be in X Games, dude? When they invite me. If they invite me, I'm going to be there. You best believe it. I'm not going to pass it up. I could be like on my deathbed and I'm going to go to X Games. I need a trick to do this weekend on a 20-foot flat rail. My most recent was a back swap, front two. Great. Okay. All right. West, I think a good trick for this 20-foot flat tube is front swap, back tube. So we're going to do kind of almost the opposite. So you're going to do the back swap, front swap. So basically back swap to Ellen. Now you're going to do a more or less like a K-fed to back two. Started snowboarding at 30. Now I'm 32. Damn, we got some old heads in the chat. I love it. Was going well. Lots of snowboarding. Yeah, man, keep it up. Tips on not slipping out on a rail and 180s. A lot of people when they're slipping out on rails, a lot of you guys when you're slipping on rails. Again, sorry if I can't keep up to all the questions, any of the super chat questions or anything I'm going to get on right away, but I'm going through them as I can. A lot of people that are slipping out on rails, they're standing super tall, like this. Not a very athletic stance, not a nice athletic stance. Standing on a rail like this, not a very athletic stance. Standing on a rail like this, athletic stance. When you're hopping on not fully sideways, so it'd be like the rails here, you're hopping on like 90, or sorry, like 45, so you're facing like, in between fully sideways and in between forward, and your feet are together. So my feet are like this together, very hard to keep my balance. My feet are this wide apart, shoulder width apart, a lot easier to keep my balance. So for slipping on the rails, hop on fully sideways, knees shoulder width apart, nice strong athletic stance, looking at the end of the rail. It's gonna be way, way easier. You're not gonna slip out. First flip I'm sending this winter. Dude, probably like a cork or a rodeo or maybe a double. I don't know. First flip I ever sent was backflip. No worries, Ryman. Noah Ryman, I'm happy to help. I'm here. When am I going to be in X Games? Dude, when they invite me, that's how this shit works. Like, I don't just get to invite myself to X Games. God, question. Now, I get that question all the time. Like, hey, when are you going to go to X Games? Why don't you go to X Games? Dude, if I could go to X Games, I would. If I could go to Olympics, I would. I'm getting there. I'm progressing. I'm getting close. But, X Games is invite only, so it doesn't matter how good you are. Like, if you don't get invited, you don't get a spot. And then Olympics, like for Canada, we have 3 spots, and we have some incredible skiers on our team, so it's super tight. Tips on front swap, yep. Basically, I would learn front 2 first, learn on natural slides, and then I'd work through it in a similar fashion. Thinking about setting a hard front 2, like 2 feet before the end of the rail and bouncing to switch. And then as you go, working farther and farther up the rail, trying to do it from the middle of the rail. Bruce, you should ski the East Coast this year for a weekend. Dude, I literally live in the East Coast. I'm in Montreal and in Ontario. It's where I live, dude. I'm used to it. Realistic progression for first season dedicated to park, ski my whole life, but never wanted to put the time into it until now. Yo, Maxwell. So it depends on how you're working on it, how often you're going, and if you have any feedback. Let's say you're just going weekends, Maxwell, for progression. That's pretty typical for everybody. But you have coaching feedback. Let's say you're in Slope Academy with all the other athletes that I'm helping out. Just $1 a day, live coaching. You send your videos in. We give you video feedback, break it all down. Check it out, slopeacademy.com. But basically, I think like if you haven't done any power tricks, definitely 360s, definitely 540s, definitely switch 360s. Depending on if you have any trampoline background, if you have like, flips on lock, you're really good at trampoline already, you can definitely learn how to flip your first season. I think back 2s, front 2s, and I think hitting rail switch, maybe a 4 out of a rail is very realistic for first year skiing. Definitely like switch 3s and stuff. Like not too crazy, but like a couple directions, like 3s to 5s with grabs, 4s out of rails, and some switch tricks, some switch 3s and stuff like that is very doable for first year, especially if you're going weekends. Send me skis, dude. I don't even have my own skis. I'm leaving tomorrow and I don't have any skis. I'm really hoping my new skis come in. But I'll drop your front heel a ton and try to come off switch. Yeah, that'll happen. I'm in Canada. Hey, yeah. Good to see everybody in Canada. Hey, Bruce, what's the good progression for flat 3s? Work on them on trampoline, Henry. That will help a lot if you want coaching. Again, slopeacademy.com. We're going to be in there breaking everything down for you guys. You already got front swap back 2 west. Okay. I'm going to up it. We are going to do a 2 on, back swap, 2 forward. Not the switch. 2 on, back swap to forward. That's the rail trick. I think 2 on, back swap to switch is kind of easy if you do the little chintzy, like, where you just twist your hips and, it kind of looks bad unless you do it super well. Henry, yeah. So Henry, again, we can help you in Slope Academy, but good progression is working on trampoline, doing the half progression to your back. If you haven't seen it already, there's also free tutorials at Slope Academy that we have breaking that down. So I'd watch that. I have not watched the new 0-3 P7. I love street skiing. I'll check it out. If you guys want me to make YouTube videos on anything, please let me know. I need content ideas and I'll break videos down for sure. Let me know if you need it. Let me know what you like. Tips on flat 3s. Yeah, flat 3s. Again, a lot of people, they'll set 2 off the side like this, and then it's, more like a side flip, and it's really hard to keep it to 3 and comes out a little bit weird, more to 5. It's a little bit in between like side flip and rodeo 5. First ones, think about backflip. I would even recommend doing a couple backflips before you do it, and then literally just hooking under one leg, whether you're grabbing Japan or just hooking under, because ideally you want to open your shoulders a little bit, and you want to rotate around on this axis for your flat 3. So literally just setting kind of like a backflip, even with both your arms up, and then dropping one arm to hook under your leg, to grab high safety, to grab Japan, whatever, and keeping this arm open is going to kind of send you into that flat 3 rotation. Super easy way to kind of get it around. Tips on learning dub 10 on skis, going from tramp. Struggling with it bad. Yeah, dude. Make sure your cork 7s are really good. Again, it's hard for me to coach you guys right here because I don't actually have videos of you doing the specific tricks. Whereas in Slope Academy, you guys can send them in. I can actually look at what you're doing wrong. Main thing is make sure your cork 7s are really dialed, really strong takeoff, really patient takeoff. You're doing everything right. And then, again, I would recommend, a lot of you guys are going hey, I just learned cork 7. I want to do dub 10 next. Don't do that. Learn all 4-way 9s with a good grab, both way cork 9s with a tail grab, both way switch cork 9s, both way switch misty 9s, maybe both way even misty 7s, and then maybe some switch 10s on axis, and then you start working into doubles. That's a really good progression path. If you just rush one direction, double flips, it's going to be hard. And also your skiing ability is just going to go way through the roof. So you're really comfortable on skis, really comfortable in the jumps, really comfortable with the takeoff, the timing and stuff like that. So when you do go to try these tramp tricks on snow, they come really easily. Best place to live in Canada to ski, in your opinion? Probably Whistler. It's really hard to beat that. Best tricks to learn on a rail? Probably front two, back two, super easy. Some of the easiest ones for you to learn. Any tips for doing tricks off the knuckle? No, just have fun with it, honestly, man. Tricks off the knuckle are like, you know, more or less just like hand drags and stuff like that, or butters. Thanks, Wes, for providing some extra help. How in the hell do you grind a rail? Dude, you need to hop in Slope Academy. We're going to help you out. When are you going to be doing, will you be doing Jib League this year? I would do the Open Jam if I'm around where it's going on. I haven't been invited to do Jib League. If I was there invited, I would probably go, but I have not been, so. No worries, Maxwell. Happy to help out. Any collabs with Steep? Not really, but I'm sure I'm going to get around to it this year. We did a couple earlier, but, you know, I don't know if it's going to happen this year. I'm sure it's going to happen. I just don't know when. It's kind of hard because he's like always traveling for filming stuff with Dope Snow and everybody else and Red Bull and stuff, and I'm always traveling for contests and filming. It's really easy when we do the Dope Snow stuff together because we go on like a shoot together and we can easily film something because we're at the same place at the same time. That's the main problem. Knuckle trick tips, please, bruh. Okay, just crank into that butter, dude. Lean into it. Or if you're doing a hand drag, just dive and, you know, belly down. You can even practice doing hand drags with like a worm turn where you just like ski, lift up, slide in your belly and go around first. Can you bring back the old iPhone vlogs of just skiing content? Yeah, I will eventually, Josh. Of course, there'll be a lot of YouTube content this year. I don't know if you did you like the POV stuff at all? Let me know last year. I did some POV videos, skiing like with the GoPro and stuff while I'm also having like, while also using the iPhone. There'll be lots of vlogs. I mean, I'm just not skiing yet, so it's kind of hard to make vlogs when I'm not skiing. And it's also hard to make vlogs when you're at a contest. Like, I'm at a World Cup. I'm training for the World Cup. Like, I'm not really there to make a vlog. I'm there to perform. It's kind of hard to mix both of them, but I'm going to get back to it as much as I can. Chat is delayed for him. Dude, it's hard to... I don't know how to delay chats yet. I'm new to this. Thoughts on Caleb's iPhone. Dude, love the controversialness. Man, honestly, Caleb's iPhone... I love what he's doing. He's doing his own thing. He's making YouTube videos. We don't have anybody in the space that's kind of being a little bit edgy and not glazing everybody for YouTube ski content. So I think it's good. I think there's a place for him. I think as in anything, I think he understands it. But, you know, you chirp other people, you have to expect to be chirped back. You can't just be like, yo, you talk shit about me, but you can't talk shit back. Like, that's how it works. That's the same for me. Like, people talk shit about, if I talk shit about somebody, like, I'm fully expecting to, you know, have somebody say something back, and you have to be okay with that. It's literally social media. You can't take any of this stuff like super seriously. A lot of it's good content pieces, conversational pieces, and I do think we don't have a lot of that conversational pieces like what he's saying in the industry a lot. But, you know, like he drops all these tier lists of clothing and stuff like that, and he's talking shit about a bunch of other people, which again, you know, great content ideas. There's a space for it. Nobody else is kind of doing that. Nobody else is, you know, sharing their mind. He's not only talking shit. He's also, you know, making some valid points. And he's also kind of going like, you know, saying some good stuff about other brands and stuff as well. But like, if you are going to say something bad about other people, when people come back, you just have to be like, you know, it's part of the game. Like, that's how it goes. And I mean, for me too, it's the same thing. Like if I'm saying something bad about somebody, and it comes back at me, that's how it is. You know, like this social media, dude. Matej is the goat. Yeah, Matej is the goat. I swear you wake up one day and your poles are just bent. For real, dude. Get the zipline poles I have. I literally don't break them. Where's the best jump to send it back on? Powder jump. Rip the two on back for sure. Flat spin or Misty first as well. I would say flat spin is easier, especially if you can backflip. How do I get Misties and dubs on trampoline to snow? Misties are a really hard... like a double Misty is a really hard trick to do on snow, especially for your first double. Don't recommend it. Misty in general on snow, think of it very similar as tramp. You just have to set forward way harder, like 3 times harder than you do on trampoline. How many bones have you broken from skiing? 0. Knock on wood. Broken some bones for other stuff, but never on skiing. Wondering what are some tips I get to get better at tricks. I love skiing powder, but I only have to faction which is really nice, but not twin tips. Yeah, you can learn like 360s and 180s and switch skiing and stuff like that with, yeah, Josh, I totally understand where you're coming from with the chest mount. The chest mount content is kind of ass. I get that. The head mount, it just sucks doing like actual training myself or big tricks with the head mount because my head's like this. I'm like, trying to do tricks. But I'm going to just nut up and do the head mount tricks this year. It's going to happen. Bobby Magnus's try new ski resorts that you've not been to. Dude, I'd love to. I'm going to do a train park review video for sure. Not going to be a vlog style unless I go to actual hill. Then I'll do it. I like that idea. But I might do like a little breakdown of hills I've been to already and do like a train park review for like, maybe Copper Mountain or Mount St. Louis or wherever I've been. POV videos are probably my favorite to watch. Love it. East Coast getting some snow. Dude, need. It's the best Armada. I don't really know. I don't ride Armada or Faction. Rained like 4 hours from here. Ratchet. That's a Ratchet. Ski with the most. Steez. Dude, Caleb's iPhone. Parts in Michigan. No, snow tomorrow. Lucky. Baggy pants recommendations. I'm trying to catch up, guys. Sorry. It's been snowing here for 32 hours. You're jealous. Tips on trip 10 on trampoline, perchance. West, dude, that's a pretty hard trick on trampoline. I don't even think I've ever done trip 10 on trampoline. I've done like switch trip 12 on that same axis where it's like cork 3, cork 3, cork 3. But I'm not really a dub 7, dub 10 guy, especially with those tricks and axes. It's pretty hard. I mean, more or less, like, if you can dub 7, just go bigger and lock into that axis, try to hold it. Snowball Z, do you only ski park, any POW, Alpine? I don't really ski any Alpine. If I'm at a resort and the snow's good, the powder is good, I'll ski POW. But for the most part, I'm competing in slopestyle. I go on these trips, I only bring my slopestyle skis. I don't really have, like, my POW skis with me, so I don't really get a chance to go ride POW. Or if I do, I'm using, like, the wrong equipment. But if I can sneak away, I can go ride POW for a day, I'm going to go do it. Alpine, though, I really don't do much Alpine, and I don't have any of my safety stuff, and I want to be safe with it, and I'm just not there yet. Armadas are probably, I've heard Factions are pretty durable too, but I think their Armadas are also very durable as well. Tips on doing first backflips. Dude, lean back, sound it. Honestly, if you can do it on trampoline, you can do it on whatever else. The main thing is making sure you can actually hit a jump. I was saying this earlier, but 360s with a good grab, not just a crappy 360. 360s, 540s with a good grab, comfortable on jumps before you go for backies, and then making sure that you just commit fully to it is the main thing. What should I learn next if I can do 360, 540s other than backflips? You need to learn the other direction spins. You need to learn switch threes. You need to learn, this is for you, TJ Walsh, by the way. You need to learn 360s. You need to learn unnat 360s. You need to learn switch 360s both ways, unnat 540s. Then you can go back to backflip. Dub orbital axis is funky. Is there any type of progression for that? Yeah, it's a funky axis. It's not really progression on trampoline because you kind of land like, you're in that orbital axis. You're not really landing on your back on trampoline. You're kind of landing on your butt like this, and it's going to hurt, and you're just going to get ejected off the trampoline. So it's kind of one of those tricks that you kind of just have to go for. You know what? If you wanted to do progression for it, though, you could, if you have access to a foam pit or a big mat, like to throw underneath the trampoline, that would be the way to do the progression because you can actually like land in that position. But if you're just landing on the trampoline without any of that stuff, I wouldn't recommend it. Every dub axis except for those. Yeah, dude, that's a hard one. I mean, if you got every dub axis, Wes, you can answer me this because you obviously got some of the, the other tricks more dialed. But do you have all these dub axes, like you're saying, in the unnatural direction, in the switch unnatural direction? Because if you don't, that's the next step. Tips on doing shifty late 3s and 5s. Yeah, I mean, you do your 360 and you just leave your skis behind midway through. It's pretty easy. It's really not that hard. Like, I set my 360. I just rolled over my foot in the chair. Set your 360, come up, and when you get to here, just twist with your upper body, leave your skis behind, and then it'll come around as your body catches up. Back in the chair. Back in the chair. Better to over-rotate when first learning backflips? I would say so, yeah. I mean, the problem with under-rotating is not committing. I did my first backflip and I over-rotated and went way too big. I set the jump like past the tranny. I did like a 1.5 to like my back and like I was lying there like with the wind knocked out of me. And I'd still rather do that than double tip catch. So, what's the best spot or jump to backy on? A lot of backy questions. Powder jump. If you can find a nice soft powder jump, spring day, something like that, always good. I got switch dub cork, switch dub flat, but nothing else on that because that shit's scary. Yeah, Wes, you gotta work on that shit then. That's your goal. If you want to take skiing seriously, like on a competitive level, like you got all the doubles really good the one way, spend, a majority of the summer doing 75% of the training on your own that side, because you're going to have to learn it no matter what. Easiest beginner from Riders United. Easiest beginner tricks to start progression in the park. I'm going to take a screenshot because it's kind of a good YouTube video. Backcountry, just trying to get some fun tricks in the park. Yeah, I mean, for backcountry tricks that you can do, other tricks you can do, 360s are going to be huge. 720s are going to be huge. More aggressive tricks that aren't necessarily easy beginner tricks would be like a flat 3 is a good, park trick that you can take to the backcountry, super easy. Backflips, obviously. Front flips, obviously. But just your basic 360s with grabs is a really, really, really good spot to start. And 180s as well, just for off cat tracks and things like that. Super easy, super fun, and not really hard to start. Like all of us can jump up and do a 360 on the ground. It's not much harder to jump up and do it with skis on, right? Tips for learning swaps and other tricks on rails. Yeah, make sure your nat slides are super good, and then your front 2s and back 2s are super good, because your front 2 and back 2s are the exact same motion, exact same process that you're going to be doing to swap on the rail, both directions. So make sure your front 2s and back 2s are really good on snow, and then make sure your nat slides are really good on the rails, and then start trying to do those swaps. Should work. Building jumps with shitty snow. Not really any tips for that, man. Go to the park. Go to a ski hill with the park. Just put a ton of snow and put some water on it. Let it firm up a bit if you have like really light snow, and then, dude, wait for a day with packy snow and start doing it that way. Favorite pair of park skis on a good budget. I really, really like my my Line T-Walls. The durability has been an issue the last couple of years, but I think they're working on it this year. I think they fixed it. I haven't tried the new ones yet, but I have them. I'm gonna try them soon. So I really like those skis. No worries. Unnapped. I know, Wes, dude. It sucks. It sucks, but you gotta do it, man. You got to do it. Something that's gotta be done. Opinion on bents 100s for rails. Will it kill my edges? I mean, if you're not grinding rails a lot, probably won't kill your edges. So it's not the end of the world. If you're grinding rails every single day, a lot, gonna kill your edges. If you go through the park, one lap a day and hit a couple rails, that'll be fine. But also, if you're riding bent 180s and you're skiing more backcountry pow stuff, you don't really need edges unless you're trying to rip groomers, right? Resolution bowl lifted copper, sketchy as hell, dude. I bet. Yeah, and that is scary. And that is scary at first, but the only reason it's scary is because you just don't do it as much as the other direction. Like if you did it as much as you did your natural direction, it would not be scary. Like that's the only reason it's scary. 5'9", I have 5'7" freestyle skis. That's way too short, dude. I'm 5'3" and I have 156. I have 164s and 157s, but 164s. Sometimes I ride 170s. So yeah, too short. Your skis, park skis when you're starting out should be like eye level. Mainly rip pow, but I'm going out to the East Coast with some boys and park. That's awesome. You got that, dude. It'll be fun. And if you're going out to ride a little bit with the boys, it's not a big deal. I wouldn't be worried about it. All right, I'm gonna answer a couple more questions and dip out because it's been 33 minutes and I gotta sleep. Dodo. Peace, Wes. Anybody else have any other questions before I dip out of here? Taking last call. Dude, I would love to rip Castle Mountain. I've done like the Banff, Sunshine, Louise, all that stuff, but no worries, Wes. You gotta hit that nat though, dude. Even though I'm not trying to rip on nat, you gotta do it, man. I'm looking out for you. 5'8" out, and I do have 170s. Do I use those? Yeah, I think if you're really learning, bizarre, I think if you're really learning your first park skiing tricks, I would use the smaller ones. I'd use the 157s. It's going to be easier. As you progress, try to build up to the 178s. It's going to be easier to learn park tricks on shorter skis to begin with. They're a little bit too small, but it's going to be easier than learning them on the bigger skis. Yeah, 182 is a good fit. Best exercise for POW. Hit the core, hit the gym, do your school sit-ups. I would say a lot of knee stability stuff and a lot of just lower body stuff. It's going to be good. Tips for backyard setup, build one. That's the biggest tip I have. You need to build it. Ever been to Mount Tremblant? Yeah, dude, I'm I'm living in Montreal. I'm like 40 minutes away from it, so I'm gonna be there. Ski Mammoth. Yeah, I get to Ski Mammoth like every single year. It's awesome. How often do you guys ski WIS? I usually do the spring in WIS, so I usually do April, May in WIS, and at least once throughout the winter. My Instagram, do an interview for the answer, please. Sorry, bro. Any tips for building rails, backyard setup? I made a whole video on it on YouTube. You can go check it out. How to build a backyard setup. It's literally the title. It'll tell you everything you know. Tone wash is good for any level, absolutely. I'm riding the highest level. Tons of people ride them at the lower level. Perfect. Good budget boots. Dude, I don't know anything about boots. I'm the wrong guy for that question. Min amount of snow to ski. You don't need any snow, dude. There's people ripping the grass. Ever skied Winter Park? Not yet. Thanks, Milky Jane, for the nastiness, I guess. Appreciate it. Started skiing last year, 34 days, and really wanted to learn park, jib stuff. Should I start practicing park? Perfect skiing basics first. No, you don't have to perfect skiing basics first. Just start riding the park and enjoying it, and then skiing as well throughout the time. How do I get noticed? Dude, crank social media. Sucks, but that's what it is today's day and age. And get better at the sport. You know, the better you are, the more attention you're going to get. And then also just, you know, the more you actually share yourself. You have to do that. Freeride World Tour. I've never really watched the Freeride World Tour too much. I think it's kind of cool, but also kind of because, I don't know. I don't really understand it fully, if I'm being honest. The skiing, some of the lines and stuff people are hitting are crazy. Some of the tricks they're doing are like very, very mellow. But again, it's a completely different sport than what I do. So what are your thoughts on the 25 AirB graphics? I haven't seen them. Have I been to Mount Hotham in Australia? No, I've just been to Perisher in Australia. Full tilts are expensive, though, for sure. Watch the Young Guns? Yeah, I watched the Young Guns, man. They get it. Good trick to learn after 360s, 540s, switch 180s, switch 360s, unnat 180s, unnat 360s. Nice. Use the pair, switch at the liner, guys. Let me talk, do not talk. Bruh. You need help. Is there a jacket you recommend for the temps in the low 40s? If that's Fahrenheit, I don't really understand what that is. I'm Celsius. Club of Steep. Yeah, there'll be one this year. Can you respond to my interview questions? On Instagram, okay. Yeah, I don't have notifications on for my Instagram DMs because there's a lot and I can't keep up with it. So I go through and check them like once every other day. I would love to come to Mount Hotham. I can cork 7 and backy, but I still can't. And back fold, but I still can't backflip. I don't know what a backfold is. You know, you should probably learn a backflip before cork 7. Glen Eden, yeah, absolutely. I ripped Glen Eden, man. Not a whole lot, but in my younger days, for sure. Get a picture or a Mata jacket of a Mata jacket. Yeah, don't know what you mean. I got. I've always said, picture jacket or a Mata jacket. I see. I've always said that I'm going to learn new stuff over the years. Get scared to cork 3s and stuff. Yeah, you need help. You need somebody to push you. Coaching, slopacademy.com. Come join us. Literally cost $1 a day. We're in there coaching you every day. We're going to push you. We're going to motivate you. We're going to make sure that you set a goal, that you're actually out there working towards it. We're going to hold you accountable. So that's what we do at Slope Academy. Any tips for Misties? Yeah, I would work on them on trampoline first, and then I would, go through the progression. So make sure you got the backdrop and the progression dialed, and then take them to your feet. Getting used to flipping with the weight of my skis. It takes time, but the more you hit jumps and the more you get used to it, the more you're going to get used to it. Yeah, I know. I only have one earring because I was at MMA today, and I put the other one in my bag, and I guess it fell out after sparring, and I missed it. I never got it. Thoughts on level 1? Level 1's sick. I grew up watching the movies. Just wait for powder day and then throw your shit out of rail. Yeah, that works. Favorite grab, mute. Okay, I'm going to wait. The live stream's almost at 40 minutes. Once it's 40 minutes, I'm deucing. I'm going to bed. Yeah, honestly, Arc'teryx is very expensive, and it's, it's just a piece of hard plastic that doesn't really bend when you ski. Should learn all my tricks first on trampoline, then bring it to skis. Yeah, it definitely helps. If you can learn them on trampoline first, I highly recommend it. Pivots or traditional bindings. I like traditional bindings. Trying to learn cork 7s. Whenever I do them, I never seem to look cork 7 enough. Is there any tips? Yeah, tons of tips. Main thing is getting your feet up high enough. Your feet, when you do a cork 7, they have to come up over your waist. You think about a backflip, you go straight over, your feet come all the way up here. A lot of people, when they go to do cork 7s, their feet come here. They got to come up over your waist, and then you go into the flip. Would love to help you out and actually, coach you on them. You can send in your videos and requests. You can try out slopacademy.com, Lucas. There's a 3-day free trial. We're going to be in there. We're going to coach you every single day of the week. So up on there. Thanks, Callan. I'm going to do more lives for sure. Appreciate the support. Yeah, dude, I come to Winsport all the time. I am going to go to Winsport this year. Looking forward to it. Love to go to Highland Hills, man. That would be amazing. Love that. You upload 20 shorts a day, bro. For real, bro. For real. Dude, I had to catch up. My goal was to post 1 short a day. And I didn't post any shorts this whole month. So it's day 20, so I just balled out and made 20 shorts. I actually made 20 Instagram reels, and then I reposted them to shorts on YouTube. And at least on YouTube, I get paid. I get paid probably $2 every short I make, so it's more worth it than if posting it on other platforms, to be honest. I like jiu-jitsu a lot, but I definitely like striking a little bit more. So, Muay Thai. Yeah, dude, Winsport's sick. So many questions. Yeah, dude, I appreciate the support, guys. Tips for young skiers. I don't know. Just get out there as much as you can and make sure you're progressing yourself. You should learn after the pop. First tricks, 180, 360s. After you learn how to pop, add grabs, like safety grab or whatever, tuck jump. Then, 180s, 360s. They're all very basic. You got that for sure. Muay Thai. All right, deuces, guys. Peace.